Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal, the Crystalline Priestess, and today we have your August reading. So, oh my god, okay. So, straight away, as soon as I got into your energy, I felt sexy! No, I feel like you guys are feeling really sensual, really sexual. I don't know, I'm loving it. I feel like your energy is really coming into yourself this month. Obviously, it's your season. Happy birthday, Virgo suns in August, okay? We have the 8th house of endings and beginnings coming out first. Then we have Virgo, I analyze. Libra, I balance. And the water element of sensing. So it feels like you guys really are in this beautiful, sensitive energy this month. It feels like you guys, I think, are really just coming into like this clarity. See, I keep saying it to everyone. I feel like there's a lot of clarity coming in this month. You guys are going to be having Mercury go retrograde in your sign, and Mercury is at home in the sign of Virgo. So, you know, this is going to help you guys really look at some of the things that have been getting in your way. I think there's been a few unconscious, subconscious blocks. I feel like for some of you guys, it's a lot to do with the physical body and with your physical health. I feel like for a lot of you, there's been a restriction or just some sort of uncertainty when it comes to your actual health, your actual physical body. There's a death process, an ending that's going through here. I feel like there's a need to like cut things away. I feel like as well a blossoming and a re-becoming of a much more, I want to say, organized version of you, which is funny because you're Virgo, which is the most organized sign that exists. But it just feels like with this Libra, and this water element, it does feel like at times you've had to like, you fight with being overly organized, overly planning, overly controlling, overly trying to work it all out and have everything figured out before you do it. And then you can become overly dismissive. You can become overly like, oh fuck it, I don't want to deal with that. You know, it's two ends of the same coin, the opposite ends of each spectrum. So with Libra, I balance in between. It feels like you're really balancing, you know, your intuition, really balancing your feelings and your emotions and really listening to yourself this month. But you're also really having logic, and you're really looking at the big picture, and you're really paying attention to what needs to go, what needs to die, what needs to be finished and ended. I feel as though you are raising, your vibration is raising, and it's getting higher and higher and bigger and broader and brighter. But that is needing you to release some things, to let some people go. We have Saturn truth underneath that. So you guys could be having literal problems with your skeletal system, with your bones. It could be just, you know, even maybe teeth, dental things. It's feeling like August has got you really needing to pay attention to the physical body, and maybe this has been going on for a little while, and these physical ailments, these physical issues, they're coming up because they're asking you to really sense into what they are telling you. They're trying to really deliver a message. Physical symptoms, physical problems, physical pain, they are all symptoms of something that is wrong. There's something that is uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So, you know, when something gets to the point of needing to physically hurt in order to get your attention, well, it's been going wrong for a while. Something is grabbing your attention. And it feels like for you guys, because Virgo, you guys are the sign of health, and you are the sign of physical health, as well as your opposing sign, Pisces, is the sign of mental health. So you guys rule health, and it kind of feels like that's where you're getting hit, you know, with these endings and with these beginnings, with this truth as well, with Saturn coming out. It's a need to really get clear and to clean things up with your diet, with your habits, you know, with your sleep routines. It's just feeling like with this water element sensing, for a while you could have been really moving with and trying to figure out your own flow, a routine flow that works for you, and maybe things were a little off before. I feel like it could have even been that, you know, some of you guys might be in relationships, or you might have been in partnerships, you might have been or still are, that make it a little bit difficult for you to really sit in a routine that works for you. But I feel like this month it's gonna have you sort of like really, I feel like you're going to be meditating on this. I want to say meditating on how to actually improve your lifestyle, and meditating and seeing it physically before you make seeing it visually before you make the physical changes. I feel like this month really is kind of like an opportunity for you to purify and to cleanse. I want to say your palate, but it's feeling like it's a big cleanse of, I think, your overall perception, your overall perspective, your overall, wow, look at these cards. Your overall direction is being completely guided right now by God. Like, I literally feel like you guys are being really, really pushed. And that's the thing with this water element sensing. I feel like you guys have been pushed and you've been hearing the call, following the call, and answering the call for quite a while. And it has you, with this mother card coming out, it has you needing to nurture and take care of yourself. This says joy in giving birth to life. So you guys are about to give birth to a whole new chapter of your life, or some of you guys might have literally even just given birth, and it might be that this has brought you into a whole new version of you. You know, maybe you were already a mother, maybe you were already a parent, but recently it feels like this shift and this transformation, and this Seeker card with God is coming out, and this Lover. It's almost like you're finding so much love and passion through the beauty and just the joy that you are creating and that you're birthing on this planet, whether that's you know, a career choice that you're making and giving birth to, whether it's something creative, whether it's an actual child. I say this all the time. When I say that you're giving birth to something, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be anything that feels like it needs your nourishment. It needs to gestate. It needs to be taken care of. There's a thirst for wisdom here. The Seeker card says thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So we had Saturn coming out with truth already. This month really is about you being really honest with yourself. I feel like God is literally the one that's like I'm hearing like, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, and I don't care if you don't believe in like religion and stuff, like I don't, but I still refer to these people because I still talk about Jesus because I do believe in Jesus. But, you know, you can interchange these names. If you hear me say, and I'm not going to say this forever, I say it a lot, but I'm getting to the point where it's like, you should just know this. If I say the word God and you don't agree with the word God, interject with whatever word you want to put there. I don't care. It all means the same thing. I'm not talking about God in a Christian sense or anything like that. I'm talking about the divine essence that feels like it lives, that essentially lives in everything, not feels like, it does. Okay, so the light attributes of God is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The shadow attributes is despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So that's the thing, Virgo. It feels like there's this great blossoming, this great blooming, this great becoming, because I feel like you're no longer wanting to be in control with every little nitty gritty thing. I feel like you guys are realizing that you can't actually be in control of absolutely everything, and you are having to let things go. With this beggar archetype come out, once again we have resources coming out, we have money, we have foundations and roots, and that fear that comes with that, with not having enough. The beggar says, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And like I said, some of you guys have been experiencing literal physical ailments, literal physical expressions or reflections of changes that need to be made. Like this says, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. So whether it's a physical ailment or whether it's literally physically not having enough resources or abundance to live, these are things that are really coming up, and God is here with you because, you know, Seeker and God, you are seeking God through essentially letting go of this attachment to physicality. You are Virgo, you are an earth sign. So earth signs are very much rooted and connected to earth, which is a beautiful, great thing. Nothing wrong with that. But with this balance coming out with water sensing and Virgo, it's needing you to have a balance between the spirit world and the physical world and not being too caught up in either one of them. Like I said, finding a comfort between the two, not becoming so, you know, obsessed with meditation that all you do is meditate all day on achieving your goals and not actually do anything, and not becoming so obsessed with needing to achieve your goals that you don't do any you know, work with energetics or alignment. You don't worry about how you actually feel, and all you do is just force yourself to do and make and happen and become. You know, you can't do that. You need to find a balance between the two. That's that divine feminine, divine masculine energy. We have the lover archetype. It says great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And I feel like that unbridled appreciation has to be on you, and at the moment has to be on God. I feel like this is a month of devotion for you. And I feel like this is a similar message that I had for Virgo a few months ago. We were really talking about how devotion is going to get you everywhere, and this month it's coming up again. Devotion is going to get you where you need to go. The mother archetype says light attributes, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. So literally unconditional love and a joy in giving birth to new versions of reality. The shadow attributes is smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So this is about, you know, having peace and being at peace with the way the universe works, with being in flow in general. It feels as though, you know, a big thing that could come up for you is, once again, it's this... Ooh, my throat just then. Didn't want me to say this. I feel like you guys were like, no, don't say this. The biggest thing that gets in your way is your want to control things. That's why this mother archetype says smothering or abandoning children. So smothering or abandoning, you know, it's either being there too much or being there too little. I feel like it's finding that balance. Like I said, allowing God to step in and to take the wheel when it's time to take the wheel, and then putting yourself in the driver's seat when it's time to put yourself in the driver's seat. The Seeker card says light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. So because you are a mutable sign, you can struggle sometimes with actually sticking to a certain path. I get that. I'm a Pisces sun in the 6th house, which means that I'm a Pisces and a Virgo in one, two opposing energies, both mutable. So I know what it's like to feel like you're sort of like a feather in the wind, and it can be really, really difficult to stick something out and to stick to a goal and to make it happen. And so that's why this water element is coming up, and this Libra and this lover, because you will only stick to something if you truly feel guided by it, if you truly feel in love with it, if it truly feels right to you. You know what I mean? I feel like there's this month has really got you sticking to a path. Look, 9 of Pentacles. Woo. Wow, 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So we've been getting this a lot. A lot of signs are just letting go of what they don't need anymore. With that 10 of Wands in reverse, it's just letting go of the baggage. It's letting go of the fear. It's letting go of the overwhelm. I feel like there's just this energy this month where people are like, nah, I'm done. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Magician. So this really is about physical changes this month. Your reality is really shifting at the end of August, Virgo. I'm going to show you these cards. 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles. Pentacles is the earth element, so it's physical, tangible things. You're actually going to be physically able to see shifts and changes in your reality by the end of August. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the Magician. So, wow. I just feel like August is a really, really powerful month for you getting in your creative energies. I feel like you guys are really, really connected to spirit, and I think that you are following through on that spiritual connection through actually physically following your creative voice. You know, if you feel called to create something, if you feel called to share something, try something, do something, honor that, because your intuition is extremely on point this month. You guys really have so much the affirmation on the bottom of this card. It says, I'm a bright and blossoming being. You guys have so much that you are stepping into, and I think it's because you're really allowing yourself to finally thrive and to really be nourished by what it is that you truly value. I'm feeling like so much, this is all earth energy. So really like getting out in nature, really spending time listening to quiet. I think getting quiet, I think being in, you know, I just feel like being around birds and trees and just really giving yourself the opportunity to plant new intentional seeds for this next sort of chapter of your life that's blossoming and becoming, because you guys are becoming and blossoming into a much healthier version of you. It's just that you've had to maybe meet the unhealthier version of you in order to find that. If you know what I mean? Like sometimes we need to get knocked down in order to realize that we're strong enough to get back up, and in order to see where it is that we even want to go. You know, this Ace of Pentacles coming out, you are being gifted. There are a lot of opportunities coming up for you in the end of August, especially when it comes to career and finances. For a lot of you guys, maybe you've had a lot of anxiety about your career, you've had anxiety about your finances, and just a career, maybe about your creative projects in general, and whether you're able to manifest what it is that you truly want to manifest. Two of Pentacles is saying that, you know, I see this as someone seeing something in the non-physical and then bringing it into the physical reality. So it's using your powers of visualization as well as your powers of actual creation. With this Magician coming out, you have all the resources that you need right now in order to create the life that you're wanting to create. You are so passionately devoted to being of service to God, and that's the thing. You guys are the card. You guys are the sign of being of service, and so you have a duty in this life to be of service in a way that truly inspires you and that truly brings unconditional love and compassion to everybody that you're here to take care of, you know. And I feel like you're here to help the underdogs. You're here to help the people who, like you, have been through hardships, who have lost things, who have you know, really had to deal with anxiety, and to have really had to deal with fear about not having enough. And especially a lot of you guys have really had to deal with physical loss, whether you've lost homes, whether you've lost people, whether you've lost jobs. You know, it feels like there's, with this beggar as well, you know, you've literally had to confront physical survival over and over and over again as a lesson to your soul in order to you know, find a sense of freedom, to find, like this lover says, great passion and devotion to God regardless of what is happening in your physical environment. That's why this Seeker is here. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. You have been in a process of learning that, you know, and in finding that balance, that balance between being completely engulfed in the radiance of being on a spiritual path, as well as engulfed in the physical actions that take us to where it is we need to go. I feel like you guys have nestled with both. You guys really know how to move with both. And it feels like August has really got you finding a balance with that. It's got you finding like a love for that. I feel like you guys are going to be feeling quite proud and connected to yourself, because you're really going to be connecting with what it is that you need, which is a sense of structure that really does benefit and help you achieve your goals, but a structure that can be intuitively created, you know what I mean? I don't feel as though you guys, you know, you're not needing someone to like be there with a whip on your back and tell you that you need to do this specific things. You are creating your own routines, your own sense of structure, your own sense of comfort and stability. Queen of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles is saying that you already have achieved a level of success that you don't even realize that you've achieved. It's really using a gratitude practice to start to pay attention to how much you've already grown, how much you've already received and achieved. I feel like there's so much growth that's coming for you. There is still anxiety, there is still a little uncertainty. I feel like at times there's moments of this, wanting to put your head in your hands. Maybe it's even exhaustion. That exhaustion comes up and has you unsure of whether you can keep going, or that exhaustion comes through and tells you that, you know, you're never going to make it to a healthier version of you. It's essentially, you know, you're just moving past that, and the best way you can move past those thoughts, those anxious thoughts that come in and tell you that like you're never going to get out of where you are, I really want to say it's going outside, it's slowing down, it's being in nature, it's breathing, it's putting your feet on the ground, it's having a bath. You know, it's physical stuff. You getting in the physical body is the most important thing you can do, because your visualization feels really important for you as well, because you are in a point in life, Virgo, in August, where it's time to start juggling different things. It's almost like you've been dedicated or on a journey or in an energy for a certain time. It's been a while, and now it's time to shift into that next chapter, this next version. For some of you guys, it might be the last 9 to 10 months. Something could have come up in November, December, and in November, December is when you began sort of dealing maybe with some of these more intense health problems, or just intense health issues, or just physical issues and physical things in general. And it feels like August is kind of like the closing up of that, or maybe just like the releasing of a certain chapter of that being done. You know what I mean? It's like getting to a certain milestone. I feel like you guys have gotten to a certain milestone, and I'm getting really itchy nose. So congratulations, Virgo, because a lot of you guys have gotten to where it is that you've been wanting to get to, or you are going to be getting there by the end of August, whether that's a financial or a physical milestone. You guys are going to be getting there, and I feel like by September, you guys are really going to be sitting in this radiance and this regal energy. I feel like as well, protecting your crown chakra is really important. So head wraps, and just really really nourishing the head. I'm feeling like just taking care of your mental space, because you guys can be quite prone to psychic attack, and that's what I kind of feel like with this Nine of Swords. You guys might be experiencing psychic attack at times, and I feel like that is probably because you are so connected to God, because you are such a beacon of light and of love and compassion and of true authentic service, that the darkness doesn't like that, and people might be really quite triggered by that, and so their triggers can be sent to you as psychic attack. And so it's just keeping, you know, your space cleared, your space cleansed. Headwear, I feel like covering your head, like literally all of these cards, you have 4 cards out here with people who are covering their head. So covering your head might be really something that could help, because you might be just naturally picking up on a lot of other people's shit, to be perfectly honest, Virgo, because it does feel like you're a very open channel. It feels like you might be picking up on a lot of other people's stuff. So if you can protect your own space, that's the best thing you can possibly do. So, you know, I really feel like telling you, my Virgos, cover your head up as much as you possibly can. Hair wraps, all that sort of stuff. Your hair is an extension of your mind, of your thoughts, of your brain, of your essence. So taking care of your hair, taking care of just your mind in general, and really cleansing and being, I think, onto that sort of spiritual hygiene sort of thing. Spiritual hygiene is really going to help you to just cleanse and clear up a lot of this darkness. I just noticed that we have the beggar and we have this seeker archetype, which is polar opposites, because this beggar is obviously in coldness and snow, and this seeker is in the desert. Oh my god, and it's fluffed, I don't know if you heard that. And he's in the desert. So, you know, this is literally polar opposites. You finding balance between the two. You're no longer going to be in one world which is just either really negative, or one world that's really positive. You know, this is finding that harmony between the two, because life is never going to be all good, it's never going to be all bad, it's never going to be, you know, one way or the other. It's always going to be an equilibrium, it's always going to be moving and flowing, and you're learning to dance that dance so beautifully, Virgo. Okay, so last card that we have for you is an inner child card. Let's see what your inner child has to say. We have weighed down, which makes a lot of sense, because you guys have been weighed down for a long time. I feel like there's been a lot of baggage. There's been a lot of... Look, he's wearing a beanie as well. Guys, you really need to protect your head. I feel like some of you guys, you know, you might even have like, you know, some of you could have dreads, some of you could have hair that is symbolic of something. You might have hair that really, you know, has a spiritual meaning and essence to you, and so maintaining that and taking care of your hair is really going to help you with that, especially if you are someone who just really feels like shit if you don't feel like you're physically, you know, in there. Because, you know, I'm a Libra rising. I feel like if my hair looks like shit, I just feel like shit, and I leave my hair looking like shit all the time. So I've decided that I should start like doing my hair more, and it might make me feel better, and it has. So, you know, little things like that. We have treat yourself with a little jar of Nutella. So that's the thing, Virgo. You guys can sometimes be a little bit too like, and that's that balance as well. You're literally like, with this weighed down, you want to make things happen. It's like you're too serious about wanting to achieve a goal, or too serious about getting back to a certain place that you're in, or too serious about making your dreams come true or your success happen, you're needing to lighten up a little bit. You're needing to have some fun. You're needing to eat some fucking chocolate and just chill. And then we have unconditional love. Wow, and we had that message before. Yeah, nurturance, patience, and unconditional love. It says, I love to love and be loved. And the affirmation on this card says, I treat myself to life and I am treated well by life. So, you know, the more you actually treat yourself, the more you treat life, like that literally just said, the more you can take care and honor God and be devoted to yourself and God, the more you're going to find that God is devoting himself and offering herself to you. You know, the more you're going to be in a receptive energy to receive that and to connect with that. Unconditional love, you know, this is really a beautiful time for you to find so much love within yourself that helps you now connect with another person. With this Queen of Pentacles and Magician, some of you guys might literally actually be trying to manifest a deeper level of love with the person you already have, or some of you guys might actually be trying to manifest love in general. And it feels like the more you allow yourself to let loose and have fun, and to sort of like be a little bit more indulgent in your own essence and to fill yourself up and to fill your own cup up, the more you're going to attract true unconditional love. Ow, sorry guys. I've sat in a stupid spot to try and get my book. Anyway, I'm going to read these to you really quickly and then we're out of here because you guys are ending up with a much longer reading than ever enough. Treat yourself. Benny loves a treat at the end of a big day. Some of the older bunnies scold him for snacking on chocolate-covered carrots. Fortunately, Benny knows that it's okay to enjoy what he loves without guilt. Balance makes Benny a healthy and happy bunny. Wow, that's funny. That's like so on point. It can sometimes feel like life has too many rules that we must contort ourselves to every day to meet the expectations of others. Rules exist to keep us safe and healthy. They provide structure in our organizations, boundaries in our relationships, and security in uncertain times. They can help us develop helpful habits for life. Most of the time it's in our best interest to follow them, but not always. Sometimes rules really are made to be broken. If you've been feeling tired, run down, or let down, this card encourages you to take a break from routine. Free yourself of rigid routine and do something fresh and exciting. And that's what we've been talking about, you know, your routine's needing to be more fun and, you know, intuitive than it needs to be like, you know, you actually just ticking off a checklist of things that you think you need to do. What would you do? Wait, what would do you most? What would you most want to do right now? If it's within your power and doesn't impact yourself or others in a harmful way, do it. Binge watch a new series, buy a cake even though it's nobody's birthday, or get your hair styled in a fun and crazy way. Seriously, you guys need to do something with your hair, okay, Virgo? I feel like your hair, it's needing a trim, or it's needing some style, or you just need to do a hair cleanse, or you need a perm. I don't know. Some of you guys need to get your braids done. You need to do something about your hair, okay? It's really coming up. Affirmation. When I treat myself to life, I am treated well by life. And the last card is unconditional love. Wasn't that on point though? We've talked so much about that this whole reading. Benny has so much love to give. He's forever fretting over his friends and family. He finds it easy to give love, but sometimes he does so much running around looking after others that he forgets to care for himself. Loving others is easy. Letting yourself be loved is harder. This card, and that's what your whole spread is about, because you guys can love others very easily, but this month is about really, really loving on and trusting you. This card encourages you to open your heart to those you love. Have others been reaching out and trying to connect on a more meaningful level? Have you been pulling away out of fear of getting hurt or being seen? The time has come to allow deeper connections in your life. Practicing self-love can help you be open to the love of others, or the love of others may help you to learn to love yourself. Only you can say which path is right for you. That's right, you know where you're at with that. Be careful with your heart, but don't lock it away. There exists a balance between raw vulnerability and extreme guardedness that is healthy and healing. Wow, balance again. I'm going to read that again. There exists a balance between raw vulnerability and extreme guardedness that is healthy and healing. Explore the degree of openness to love that feels most comfortable to you with those you trust. Though it may frighten us, it is okay to be vulnerable. It is only Whoops, it stopped filming and I didn't realise. So I'm going to take it back a little bit and hope that I'm at the right spot. Okay. Explore the degree of openness to love that feels most comfortable to you with those you trust. Though it may frighten us, it is okay to be vulnerable. It is only through exposing our vulnerabilities and weaknesses that we can truly be known and be allowed to know others. Vulnerability is strength and love is a gift. Don't waste it. When you love yourself unconditionally, you are like a guardian angel creating life and showing the way for all of those around you. Speaking to yourself kindly, taking time to get to know who you are, listening to your body, asking for help or taking a break when needed are all forms of self-love. When you feel flat or you need encouragement, write a letter to yourself. Write as if your words were to be sent to a friend to lift their spirits and remind them of how lovable they are. Then gift it to yourself. You might even like to post it out so you have something to smile about when you receive it in your letterbox. That's a cute idea. Upon receiving it, affirm the words out loud. Affirmation: I open to love as I am opened by love. I am safe with my beloved. That is beautiful. So you guys really are needing to, well, I don't want to say needing, but you guys are really healing some deep love issues because you've been hurt in the past, and so it's about finding love within yourself again, and that love within yourself is going to help you find a balance between receiving love from others and unconditionally giving it, because you're no longer going to be needing somebody else to give it to you in order to feel it and receive it. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's it. Okay, I can see my battery is about to die, and you guys for some reason got a longer reading than everyone else. So I love you, Virgo, so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, a thumbs up, because it really helps my channel. If you guys would like to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that through the link below in my description. I have pre-recorded and I have live readings as well as audio recordings and ebooks and all sorts of fun little things. Make sure you check out your channeled song. I always forget to tell everybody this in the outro, but check out your channeled song because they are always relevant as fuck. Do subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I would like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, all the beautiful beings that are surrounding you in all moments, for allowing me to receive and to deliver these messages to you. I love you so much, Virgo, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace.